Hey all, welcome back. Uh, let's create the users in the Active Directory. We have already launched our Active Directory console, and in the previous session, we have already created a group named Test3 in an organizational unit called MyTest2. So now we're gonna do, we're gonna create a new user. In order to do that, I'll just gonna do a right click, select new, click on user. I'll just gonna say test4, just the random name. If you want to specify any last name, you can specify it here. I'll gonna say specify as JK, that's my last name. After that, it's gonna give you an option saying user logon name. This is the name with which you will be logging into your domain computers. So if I want to give any number, because most of the organization, they do have an employee ID number or the student ID number, you can specify that number here if you want to log in with the numbers, or you can specify any name as well. So most of the time they usually put as J Kashyap if your first name followed by the last name. But the challenge with the name is if you do have more people with the same name, then it will be a challenge for the administrator to create the different type of username. Then you have to put 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the end. In order to avoid such kind of things, we usually go with the numbers here, and you can say next. It will gonna ask you to put any password. Make sure that you go with the complexity option, that what we usually have it. And once you put the password, it will gonna give you the 4 option at the bottom. The first option says the user must change the password at the next login. That what we have it, the most common one. The second one is that when we do have a service account, we usually create that one at that time, stating that user cannot change password. The third option is the password never expire. And the fourth one is account is disabled. Suppose if the user wants to log in after 5 days and I want to create the account today, so at that particular day when the user about to start, we can just go ahead and enable the account. Currently, we are just going to create an account with the password and saying that the user must change the password whenever he is logging in for the first time. Just click next. It will going to show you the detail, whatever we have configured so far. If you feel everything is good, just click finish, and it will going to automatically create a new user. Now there are two things that how you will be able to add that particular user into the groups. In order to do that, just select the user, click member of, and then you can add it. Currently we have added something called test, and we can say check names. So we do have two groups in our Active Directory. So I'll say this one is my security group. I want to make sure that he or she should have access to this particular group. I'll say okay, apply okay, and when you see that particular user, he is already a member of another security group as well. That's the way you usually create and assign groups in the Active Directory.